So, you know, all you've done really today is identify yourselves as, you know, legit hardcore baseball fans. There are probably some people who had tickets who didn't make it out this morning. But tip of the cap to you all for being here. This is awesome. Great to see everybody here. And as you probably know, we're really excited about what's going on with the Texas Rangers for 2023. We made some big moves last year. We've made more moves again this year. And the expectation very clearly in Arlington is that this Rangers team is built to win a lot of ball games this year. And to that end, I think what we want to do is get the thoughts and the input from these guys, get their impressions from what happened this year or this off season. So first, let me just quickly identify everybody here. You'll recognize the first guy in line right here. He had an outstanding 2022 season for the Rangers. Just this close to 200 innings pitched, a first-time All-Star this last year, 12 wins, a fabulous season. In fact, posted the 8th lowest earned run average in Rangers history this last season, Martín Pérez. All right, next Martín. We were so excited to get him back in the middle of the summer after Tommy John surgery. He had to go through that long wait, the rehab process, but came back with a vengeance this last year, posted outstanding numbers, a sub-3 ERA, had the fastball velocity at 98 miles per hour on average, which was top 10 in Major League Baseball this last year. And just a force at the back end of the bullpen for us, please welcome Jonathan Hernández. Speaking of the bullpen, he had 11 saves in the month of May, led the team in saves this last year, had another great season after kind of bolting onto the scene the year before and taking over the closer's role, which I don't think was the expectation when he came up, but he grabbed hold of it and did an excellent job 2 years ago. Last year got off to a blazing start, then some blister issues on his hand got in his way, dadgummit. But we're excited about having him back again this year, being healthy all year. Please welcome Joe Barlow. Been soaking the hand in pickle juice and the rodeo ointment, as I understand it, all off season. Next to him, another Rangers bullpen member. We got a lot of guys representing the pen today with us today. But career high in appearances last year, 39 relief appearances, over 50 innings pitched. And he led Major League Baseball last year in fewest pitches per plate appearance at a little better than 3.3. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, fewest pitches per appearance last year. Please welcome John King. One more pitcher, and this is a little bit of trivia that you guys will now have and you'll be able to use going forward. Another guy who had some injury problems last year, Dane, but had another great year. He was second on the team in starts, in innings pitched, in strikeouts. He is also, this little tidbit of trivia for you, is the all-time franchise leader for the Rangers in starts, wins, innings pitched, and strikeouts in Globe Life Field history. Do you know that, Dan? See, nobody knows any of these little tidbits. I love it. And not to be outdone, we had to make sure that we at least had one hitter represented here today. And a guy who made his debut last year with us in late May against Seattle. He had 3 hits in that debut game and never looked back. He played a lot of third base for us, some shortstop, and by the end of the year was playing in the outfield as well. He was among the top 5 rookies in Major League Baseball last year in walk rate, walks better than 11% of the time. Excellent plate discipline. Please welcome Josh Smith. All right, so everybody's here. and now you all know why they're here, and we're, as I mentioned, very excited about this next season. So we'll just start with Martín, and you guys can throw the mic around a little bit. But what were your thoughts as you've watched what's happened this offseason with the Rangers and some of the moves they made?
We want to win. I mean, it's no more excuses. I think we have everybody on the same page. We signed the right guys, and I'm back. So hopefully, and it's not gonna happen the same happened with Barlow on his finger. So I'll be ready on my 32 stars. So, but I think it's gonna be a different season. We're just getting ready for spring training, and it's gonna be a special year because we're gonna make the playoff for sure.
Yeah, and Martín mentions, the expectations are to win. They signed all the right guys. I should mention, you probably know, if you're here, you're engaged with the baseball process with the Rangers. Went out, they signed Jacob deGrom, they signed Nathan Eovaldi, they traded for Jaco to Rizzi, they added Andrew Heaney, etc. I mean, it went on and on. It's a lot of pitching. But one of the other things they did is they brought a new pitching coach who is not all that new to the Rangers, and that is Mike Maddox, who was on the verge of retirement but decided to come on back and get after it again with the Rangers. You had experience with Mike. What were your thoughts when you heard about that?
I mean, he's gonna help us to make the adjustments quick, and I think the way that he did the game report is really good. So we're gonna have a lot of information to know how to get people out, and the good thing that he like to speak with his pitchers, and he understands when you get into the hard process. So I think he's gonna be a good guy for us, and we just gotta be ready for any information that he brings into us, and we gotta just go out there and do it in the game every time.
Right on. And Jonathan, if you pass it on down to Jonathan. Jonathan was one of the guys counted on the back end of that bullpen. What do you make of some of the signings the Rangers made this year, adding all those starters? What does that mean to the guys in the bullpen?
I think it's gonna be less work. It's gonna be quality at the same time. So now we have pitchers that can go really deep in games. Really good pitchers. So I think we're in a good position now.
Have you worked with Mike Maddox this offseason at all?
Yes, I've been here the whole season, and I've been working with him on my bullpens now. So we just chatting and getting to know each other.
It's pretty crazy. You all no doubt understand all the information now that is such a big part of what these guys do on a daily basis. They get how should I say, inundated with a lot of data and strategy and ideas and concepts every day. Pitch characteristics and on and on. Some guys like that more than others, but Mike Maddox is kind of a different egg when it comes to that stuff. I think he knows it, I think he gets it, but he has a slightly different approach. Have you picked up on that, the way he goes about things?
Yeah, he's like you said, he knows about the technology, but at the same time he goes with what he feels about it. So I've been working with him, and we've not been using any technology, just to yesterday that he saw something and he wanted to do all that. But before that, a lot of opens come in, and he just bring what he's in with the eyes.
And then I want to ask you, and we'll ask Joe too, what about Bruce Bochy? Have you had a chance to talk to him? Have you interfaced with him at all?
Yeah, I met him twice. Right away, he got a job. He called me 3-4 days after, saying Merry Christmas and all that kind of stuff. And it was nice, to get a call from people like him. And then I had the chance to meet him here, and he's awesome.
Yeah. Joe, what about it? Have you had a chance to talk to Mike Maddox or Bruce Bochy? And I just say Bruce Bochy. That was the other big move, was that the Rangers hired Bruce Bochy to come in as the new manager for this club on a 3-year deal. Bochy, as many probably know, won 3 world titles with the San Francisco Giants in 2010, 12, and 14. Was retired for a couple of years, and Chris Young talked him out of retirement. So what about it, Joe? What have your interactions been?
I met Maddox last week, he was in Arizona. I threw a bullpen with him. And it was definitely interesting with the way he goes about it compared to some of the analytic guys. He preaches more like execute your pitches. You know, it's good to know the numbers behind your pitches, but you got to be able to execute. So I know that's exciting for me and a lot of the other guys. And then Bochy, having a guy like that that's won 3 World Series. I've talked with him on the phone once. But going back to when he won the World Series, he ran the bullpen. Unbelievable.
Good seeing you.
Using the right guys at the right time. So, I mean, that's exciting for me.
You got 2 here? Other one is up there, yeah.
Is that the other one?
That's the other one.
Getting a phone call from Bruce Bochy has to be kind of a fun experience. Here, Joe. He's got a pretty cool style to him, man. Very laid back dude. What about the finger? How you doing?
Good. I got wrist.
Martín loves it.
I got wrist surgery right at the end of the season to hopefully help the finger out. And so far, so good. Martín last year kept telling him to get me off the DL and put me in there. So hopefully this year I stay off of it.
All right, did you say you had wrist surgery to help take whatever the pressure off the finger?
Yeah, my tendons in my throwing hand were fused together, the thumb and the pointer finger. So when I was throwing, I couldn't release the ball like this unless my thumb was straight. So I couldn't move my thumb by itself. It was like this. So they just went in and cleaned up the 2 tendons so that I could move my thumb and my pointer finger without each other. Yeah, just like that. So hopefully
That's awesome.
that helps out. It was a pretty minor surgery, so.
So when I was really little, my mom used to do this little thing right about doing my exercises. Did you?
I didn't do that. I think it shows.
See, Martín knows. It shows. Yeah, I've never had the wrist problems. Anyway, man, thank you. I'm glad to hear that they hopefully have taken care of that.
John King.
All right, John King. So, John, what about it? What's your experience been this off-season? Whether it be the conversations with Bochy or Mike Maddox, or what are your thoughts been about some of the additions the team has made?
Yeah, I've been up at the stadium with some guys, with Johnny and Taylor Hearn, Josh Spore, some other guys. And Mike has been sitting in our bullpens, and you can kind of tell that like old school feel. We use analytics a little bit, but it's more of like a tool to like back up what he's seeing. But he seems like a solid dude, man. Him and Bochy both know what it takes to get to the highest level, and that's what we're striving to do. So I think they're going to be a big part in it.
All right, so Joe had surgery in the off-season to fix his finger. What did you do with your off-season?
So I'm originally from Houston, and I am now a resident of Dallas. So yeah,
Right on.
Dallas has my heart now. But I love it out here, man. So I moved down to South Grand Prairie. I've just been going to the stadium, training, hanging with friends, family, stuff like that.
All right, so you're officially a Cowboys fan now, too?
No, I tell people it's like the weird stepbrother you kind of just have to accept.
Okay.
But I do enjoy going to the games.
Okay. All right, man. Well, that's awesome. Hey, speaking of surgeries, we just keep on going down the line. Dane Dunning had hip labrum surgery at the end of last year, and everything I was reading was, hey, he might be ready to start throwing again and working his way back by the time we get to spring training. But I was just talking to him earlier this morning. It sounds like you're a little ahead of schedule.
Yeah. I've thrown about 6 pins right now. Lifting like full weight and everything. I'm doing my sprints and my runs and everything. Yeah, I feel 100% ready to go.
So as the team made these moves this offseason, right, bringing in all these starting pitchers, I've wondered what the starting pitchers have thought of that, right? Like, well, geez.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm using it as really multiple things: motivation, knowledge, and just really being able to like compete with really high-end teammates. Last year I got to pick Martin's brain a lot, and the years before Kyle Gibson, Jordan Miles, and this year we're adding obviously DeGrom, Valdi, Heaney. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be really good competition in-house, but we're also going to be playing really good competition as well. So it's going to be a fun year.
I've asked you guys about talking to Mike Maddox, sort of Bruce Bochy, but what about some of the new teammates? Have you guys had a chance to meet them, talk to them?
I haven't got to meet any of them yet, but I've been on the phone just talking with them, sending them text messages, just really trying to because I live out in Charlotte, so I haven't been able to be in-house, but I'm still trying to reach out and communicate with them.
Okay, awesome. Josh, so I thought it was great they at least included somebody who can hit on this group. I think it's rude that they put you at the very end of the line and not letting you play any reindeer games here with the other guys. But what about your off season? You're now a resident of the area, right?
Yeah, so we moved here, I guess when I made my debut, and originally from Louisiana, but I think we're going to stick here for a little bit.
Okay, congratulations. What have you been up to this off season? What's been your big initiative?
I got a dog, so we've been kind of dealing with him. Sport, he's a real good guy. He's kept it fun for us, light, but just been working out at the facility with some of the guys, and honestly just trying to get better at the game and enjoy a little downtime before we kick off.
Okay, what kind of dog is Sport?
He's a Maltipoo. He's about 5 pounds, so he's pretty small.
Okay. Hey, are you an outfielder or an infielder now?
I really don't know, to be honest with you. I guess I'll play a little bit of both, but yeah, I think they might call me in for the closing role, so we'll see.
So, did you enjoy getting the chance to play in the outfield last year? Was that kind of a fun transition to make?
Yeah, absolutely. I always was an infielder, but these guys know shag and fly balls is some of the most fun times playing baseball, and just to get to do that in the game was pretty cool. It was my first year doing it, so hopefully I'll be a little better this year.
Okay, awesome. Would you guys mind if just maybe take 2 or 3 questions real quick from people here? If anybody have a question that you'd like to ask one or all the guys, this would be your opportunity, I guess, is what I would say. Anyone? Oh, there you go.
Almost a question for all of y'all. I mean, I think most of y'all had an opportunity to play in both stadiums, like Globe Life Park and Field. Which one would y'all say was y'all's favorite stadium to play in?
I'm going to pass this to Martín.
The best feeling baseball is the one that we have here in Arlington. I mean, that's the top of the top. Yes. So my finger is good. I'm good now. Okay?
Anybody else with a question?
For all the pitchers, who is the hardest person that you've had to face on the mound?
Probably Shohei Ohtani. I mean, he hits everything. It's really unless you're Martín Pérez, he can't hit him. But yeah, he makes adjustments really quick, and it's not like he really has a cold zone. It's more of like a not red hot zone. So you just kind of gotta execute and hope that he doesn't barrel it up. And Dunning has it.
My personal is Byron Buxton. Just in the games that we've played, we played against them, he's just had my number. I think I've thrown him every single pitch that I throw, and I'm pretty sure he's homered on every single pitch that I throw. He's just the one person the past 2 years I haven't been able to get out. I would say, humbly speaking, our mindset is it doesn't matter who's in the box.
Good answer.
Thanks, John. Way to let him get to know you a little bit.
My trap. Great hitter, great approach, and at the same time, Giancarlo Stanton, because I'm scared to him to hit a ball straight to me. So that's why.
Nobody. I'm gonna say, for me, I got two guys, Miguel Cabrera and Evan Longoria. So they made me throw a lot of pitches when I had to face them. So, but besides that, nobody. So I'm the best.
All right, we got one more question over here.
To Joe Barlow and Jonathan Hernández, as alumni of the 2022 Texas League champions, do you expect the Rough Riders to repeat?
Absolutely. I was doing some rehab assignments, so I was able to pitch with them in the playoffs last year. I told our pitching coach in the big leagues, I said, hey, if you need me to talk to the guys on the team and tell them, what to expect in the playoffs, you can come talk to me because I pitched in the Texas League playoffs. But no, that was a fun group to play a few games with.
Yeah, and if you want to talk to somebody, talk to me. I had 3 rings.
All right, we got a question over here.
What was your favorite team growing up?
Me? Venezuela? No.
All of y'all.
I was Yankee fans, but now Rangers. I love Rangers.
Same, I was a Yankee fan.
Yankee fan. I'm just kidding. I grew up a Braves fan. I loved Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones. That whole team was a fun team to watch.
Please don't boo me. I like the Astros. So I know, like I said, Dallas has my heart.
I grew up in Jacksonville, so we always got a lot of Braves games. So I rooted for the Braves, but I wasn't a diehard Brave fan. I just kind of watched the players.
Yeah, for me, sadly, like John King, I was an Astros fan. I know. I was a big Craig Biggio guy, so you can maybe respect him.
All right, we got a question down front.
Do you have any advice for kids to go into the major leagues?
Really just keep practicing, keep chasing your dreams, and that's pretty much it. Just keep having fun playing the game.
I give lessons to a lot of kids, and there's a statistic, I hope the parents are listening, that if you get injured under the age of 18, your chances to go to the next level cut down by 50%. So don't be throwing curveballs at 9, work your way up gradually, focus on your fastball, focus on throwing strikes, and like Dane said, have fun.
I would say playing other sports, playing basketball, soccer, whatever it may be, will help your athleticism. And I think that'll translate to the baseball field. It'll help. Martín? You don't want to answer.
Okay. Before you play baseball, you have to go to a school first. And second, the most important thing, yes, let's go. Come on. Yeah, that's right. If you're not gonna play baseball. Pay attention to your mom and your dad. If you guys don't do those things, it's not baseball. That's why I'm here. And then you can do any sport you want, okay?
What about it, Jonathan? Do you have a piece of advice? Come on now. Dig deep.
Like Martín said, I grew up with my father that was a player too, so he made a lot of mistakes in his life about education side. So he made me go to school and finish my school basically, and after that I can do whatever I want. But I decided to play baseball, but at the same time I had to go to school. So it was kind of tough. Go to school in the morning and then go to practice afternoon. And I came to my house one time and told my dad, hey, I don't want to go to school anymore. And he came back to me and said, finish the school and however you want it, but finish it because I don't want you to make the mistake that I made. So that's the same thing that you guys said about the education. So I think that's a great thing to finish your school and then just, move on to the next one.
Now a position player.
It's a great question, and I would basically just try to be a kid as long as you can. Have fun. Don't let anybody tell you no, right? Your dreams are your dreams. There are other people who are going to always try to shut you down. They probably, at one point, all of these guys were told, oh, that's a bad dream, no one's going to become a Major League Baseball player. And we ended up making it, and so some of you kids here today could do the same. So don't let people tell you no.
Right on. Great advice from everybody. Really good stuff there, and appreciate the questions. So that's going to wrap up the little conversation part here. I appreciate you guys, paying attention and getting to meet these guys a little bit. You'll have a chance now to meet them at the autograph tables as well. So we're going to split up now. We'll start the autographs in a moment with 3